everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sid. I am out here in this nor'easter building a snow fort with me and my son, right? And as I'm building, God is just speaking to me so heavily about everything that I've been meditating on these last couple days, and about what was just released through Transformation Church by Mike Todd. If you don't know, he just released that he paid for an entire year for everyone Ramsey Plus, which is Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace University, all of that wrapped up in one, right? And I watched step one today. And as I watched step one, I was getting a little discouraged. But I'm out here building a fort with my son. And God is just speaking and imparting how you use the things around you to build wealth. This year I said I was going to be supernatural debt cancellation. And today, as I was writing in my journal, I was thanking God, because I'm just like, wow, you just gave me a tool for free, absolutely free. What would have cost me maybe hundreds of dollars to inquire about, with all the tools already there. You just gave me the key to unlock wealth. Many times we think that wealth is something that's just going to be handed to us. If it just comes to us and God does not give us the proper tools on how to manage that thing, it falls on dry ground. It will not produce anything. But what God is showing me in the season of my life, when I'm asking things of him, is that he gives me the tools to build it. He gives me the resources to obtain it. Like, that just blew my mind. I'm sitting here like thanking God as I'm building a fort with my son, and the fort just keeps getting higher and higher. And as I'm building the fort, I'm using things around me. I'm sitting in the middle of the snow and I'm gathering snow from around me to build the wealth. What you need to build wealth is in you and around you, the things in your home and inside of you. We think that it's an outside source, and we need to be connected with these people and that people, and God will do those things along the way. He will connect you with the right people. But my God, y'all need to get a grip of that tool. Y'all need to get your hands on the Financial Peace University. This is maybe my third or fourth time having this opportunity where someone has either paid a portion of this course and I started and I didn't finish, or they paid some of it and I had to pay a portion. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. But God has literally given a gift of free resources that gives you the power to literally obtain wealth. This resource will give you wealth. Y'all gotta come right back. My son gotta pee. Okay, I'm back. So we have to remember that God's ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. He thinks on such a higher and a grand scale. He gives us things that allows us to sustain the blessing and sustain ourselves in it. If that makes sense. So I'm just y'all got so excited. I'm literally over here building this fort like I'm building my wealth. It felt like I was prophesying to myself as I was building in the snow, as I was gathering things around me, using the snow that was around me, but I was still sitting on comfort. Oh my God, I had a cushion under me. Though while you're building good, keep trying. All right. Though while I'm building, I get a little uncomfortable. I change positions. I'm trying to share this message while I was right here. But though I was getting uncomfortable, I was changing positions. I was repositioning my gloves. Like, I was doing everything. But there was a cushion under me that kept me feeling somewhat comfortable as I'm building. But I'm gathering up the snow, y'all. I'm literally like prophesying to myself, like, this is how you build wealth. You get down on your hands and your knees. God cannot bless work that you won't do. And I kept saying that it's going to be supernatural debt cancellation, but God can't work something that you're not working. He cannot put his hand on something that you're not moving. I'm talking to my dad, I'm speaking to my dad, but I'm taking no steps in that direction for my debt to be canceled. But y'all, the snow touching my nose, I'm getting like too amped up about what's to come, because like I said the other day, preparation is what makes the results long lasting. It doesn't mean that you don't have to work for it. It doesn't mean that you just speak it and it. I'm not saying that you can't speak it and it doesn't come to pass. One second. Y'all, welcome back. We at a totally different scene. Yesterday, it's a brand new day. Literally, it's a brand new day. And I'm headed into work. But before shortly after I got up this morning, I ended up adding a camera to my cart, a content camera, because I am sick. I am tired. My phone storage keeps running out on me, so my videos keep cutting off. But anyway, y'all, I was just mad excited about what God was speaking to me in that moment while I was playing in the snow. And then I didn't even finish Easy Money, the sermon that I was listening to by Pastor Mike Todd. Everything that I was feeling, everything that I was thinking in that moment, Mike Todd touched on it. And what I was trying to say as the video cut off is that we can't be so naive in our authority and prayer any longer. Like, we have to understand that just because we praying, we begging God, we pleading with God to do things in our lives, faith without works is dead. And we have to apply some type of knowledge. We have to apply some type of skill and allow God to supernaturally grow it, the only way that things can happen in the earth is if we plant seeds with our mouth and with our work and our actions. We have to move. God is moved by our faith, but our faith is also moved by our actions, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that God cannot do things that we just speak out of our mouth, but some things we can not only just believe it can happen, because then it's just a wish. It's almost just like a dream. But we have to take steps and allow God to orchestrate our steps. So say you're believing God for something and you say, God, I'm believing for this. Can you give me the steps for me to take? God, give me the instructions on what I need to do. And with that faith step and with those faith moves, God will begin to exponentially grow what you're trying to do on your own. My God. And when I was scooping up the snow and saying you got to use what's around you and what's in you, man, that was so powerful, because as I was building the snow around me, I was gathering more, but I was able to use what I had to build upward. And that is so good, because we have to use what we have. We cannot keep looking for outside things and thinking like God is like this genie in a bottle. He doesn't work like that. He is already set. And that's what Mike Todd said yesterday, or in his sermon. He said, God has already set principles in the earth. Even non-believers can go by this principle. This is how he just set up the earth in order for us to thrive. Seed, time, harvest, whatever you plant will spring forth, especially if it's planted on good ground. The generous multiply. If you're generous with your giving, if you're generous with your faith, if you're generous with the things that you are believing God for, that thing is going to just continue to grow. So I was just so excited to share that yesterday. I'm still excited this morning. I was going back over my notes and just expounding on what I was sharing yesterday, and I was just like, Lord, help me get this out. I was so excited. Josiah kept having to use the bathroom, my phone storage. I was like, Lord, this can't be real. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to invest into the camera that I've been wanting for a while in order to record my videos, so I don't have to. So that's separate. So I have two separate things, one for my phone, one for my camera. Like, I just need to keep it separate, especially if I want to do this more on a more serious level anyway. Like, I'm taking myself serious. As you guys can see too, I also got me some new glasses. Yesterday I had on, they're from Zillow. I don't know how to pronounce it. Zillow. And they're super cute. These are my favorite ones. The ones I had on the ones from yesterday, I'm still trying to get used to, because they're a little big for my face, and I don't know how I feel about that. But anyhow, also, I don't know, you guys can't see because you guys are far away. I take back my statement about the Kiss Empress lashes. They are still on, y'all. They are still on. And I made that video, I want to say either Wednesday or Thursday of last week. Today's Wednesday, a whole week later, and they're still on. I think they're coming a little loose. Like this morning, as I was getting ready, as I was washing my face and stuff, I could kind of tell like they're kind of losing its stick, but they are not. They're pretty good. All right, I see you, Kiss. At first I was like, I'm gonna stick to what I know, stick to what you know, but no, they're actually doing really well, and they're still on. So I recant. I will not say I will not be using them, because I still have 6 lash clusters left. So once I take these off, I'm probably just gonna put those back on. But y'all, God is on the move. He is doing some phenomenal things. As I was writing in my journal, I think I said this, but I just want to reiterate. As I said that earlier, I'm just so thankful that God gave me the tools. You know, I'm asking God to do these things, but the way he operates is he gives you the tools in order for you to build it. In order for you to build it, you build it, he'll grow it. You build the boat, he sends the rain. That is how he operates. You build the boat, he sends the rain. He sends the provision. All you need to do is prepare for the rain. Prepare for whatever it is. Prepare for the house. Prepare for the car. Prepare for whatever it is that you're believing for. But I was just so excited because I'm like, this tool literally can set you up for financial success, for generational wealth, for all of these good things. But we sometimes take what God gives us and we get upset because it's not, how can I say it? Oh, just a complete or the finished product. We want the finished product. We don't want to do the building. We don't want to do the waiting. We hate the waiting season because, hello, I do too. But we don't like that process. We like the seed. It's easier when we plant the seed because it's in the beginning, but it's in the middle and the wait where we kind of get weary. We kind of get upset with God. We like, God, okay, did you really say this? Or you gave me this, but what am I supposed to do with this? So when God gives us the tools, we take them back to him and say, God, okay, here's the tools. What do you need me to do with this? And that's kind of where I am right now with this, this tool that Pastor Mike Todd gifted to everyone, even people who are not even, oh my gosh, they didn't even clean that car off. It got snow. Even those who aren't a part of what he considers his TC Nation, a part of his church. It is free. It's a free tool. Like I said, I have tried the Dave Ramsey method, not wholeheartedly. Let me start there. Not wholeheartedly. But I had tried to implement those things. Cash is king. I remember years ago, like 2016, 15, 16. I'm like, cash is king. All of this. I was doing all of these things and never even implementing. But this time, when you live a God intended life, you have to be intentional. And that is what I'm learning in this new age of 30, that everything, your time, you have to be intentional with your time, with your money, with your children, with your relationship, with your body. Everything, you have to be intentional. And intentionality requires discipline. It is not a pretty, discipline is not a pretty word. It's not a pretty feeling because you have to do it even when you don't feel like it. That pertains to everything, especially my health, my time, and being intentional about the time that I am putting into my child too. Like, because I can get so caught up in other things, like I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. But God is like, listen, when you're doing it with the master, this is what he said, when you're doing it with the master expedites your mastery. So when you're trying to master something or focus on something, when you give it to God and allow him to be in it and a part of it, and you're not trying to do it in your own strength, you'll begin to get expedited results. What took people years can take you only months because you are allowing God to be in the process and lead the process. So in that, he will begin to expedite what you're trying to do or what you couldn't do in your own strength. So that's what it means to have Christ at the center, and also to, like I said, utilize the tools that he gives you. So y'all, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I know this is going to be a journey, because being financially free is a biblical principle. God does not want us to be in debt. He does not want us to be the borrower. He wants us to be the lender. We, in the kingdom, we should be giving to people. We should have the multiple. We should be in a season of multiplication to where we can give to those freely, give freely. And that's what I was reading in Joshua, oh Lord, what, 15? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I'll post it in the bottom. But in Joshua, this is when Caleb was giving land to his daughter, but he told whoever, he put out this thing basically saying, whoever conquers the rest of this land, the land will be yours, one, and you will also be able to marry my daughter. So his nephew, I swear the Bible will be messy sometimes. I'd be like, dang, why they marrying like cousins, nephews, uncles, brothers, cousins, whatever. Anyhow, so anyway, his nephew, his brother's son, ended up marrying his daughter. And so she ended up inheriting some of the land. So generational wealth. And Caleb ended up having generational wealth. He was able to pass land down to his daughter, but his daughter also realized that she needed land with waters, so she could be able to multiply in her land as well. So she requested, or she asked of her father to give a land with springs. But because her father was in this place of multiplication and operating in generational wealth, he was able to give her more land, and land that had springs of waters, so that she would be able to produce in her own land. Like, he was able to freely give. That's what I got from that. He was able to freely give. We have to get to a place where we're able to freely give without it being like, like this, I don't really have it, or ouches, is too tough. Like, God wants us to be in such a place where we are set up so we can be the answers to many problems, not just our families, but to our communities and different things like that. And that's what I'm really taking on. Like, when you hear wealth transfer, generational wealth, and all of these things, we get so excited, but in our minds we thinking me, like, dang, I'm about to be blessed, I'm about to be rich, I'm about to get this, I'm about to get that. Because sometimes for me, I'm like, my house, my car, my shoes, my this, my that. But God is much bigger than that. It's much grander than that. There are solutions and answers to problems that we in the kingdom can solve when we come upon this wealth. So that is me shifting my focus and getting out of this selfish mindset. It takes a lot, because it takes a lot to deny your flesh when you're like, dang, I'm gonna go do this with this money. Like, God, I got big plans. But God, like, I do too. And my plans even bigger. My ways are higher, my thoughts are higher. So I just wanted to share that with y'all before I went into work. Later, like I said, I'm gonna pick up my camera, and I also have my new journal that is on the way. I saw it was out for delivery. It is my Psalms 23 year journal. I declared over this year that I will have a Psalms 23 year. My cup runneth over. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the Lord is my shepherd. All of that, I shall not want. That is such a great scripture. The whole chapter of Psalms 23. And I declared that over my year last year, that I would have a Psalms 23 year. And then I thought I would create a journal. I love journaling. I love it. So this is like a mock-up before I release the actual one, because I had one with another company. Y'all, long story short, I didn't like the setup, the layout of it. But this one is more to my speed. It has the dates at the top, all of this and all of that. So I'm excited about that. So that'll be releasing soon. I'll post the link once it goes live, and I'll come back maybe tomorrow or maybe later on today and do a video on both of those things, my new camera and then also my new journal, because I love a journal. Like I told y'all, I've gone through so many journals. It is ridiculous, because I'm a writer. I love to write. I love to write out my thoughts. I love to write out what God is telling me, write out sermons, different things like that. So y'all, I'm about to head into work. Guys, I'm about to head into work and clock in for a few hours, and then I will catch you guys next video. Bye.